All right, let's look at problem 9, growing, 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 part 1. It says copy the tile pattern shown below onto graph paper. Please do not copy these patterns down. There's no need to do that. A says draw the first, the fifth, and the sixth figures on your paper. B says how is the pattern changing? And C wants to know if we can figure out what the 100th figure would look like. So anytime you're given a problem with these tile patterns, you need to create the table I've created at the bottom. And the top row is going to be the figure number, and we're always going to start with figure 0, and you'll know why that's important later. And then figure 1, 2, 3, and then usually I go up to whatever number they want us to look at. So in this one, they want us to look at figure 6, so I went to 6. And then we'll investigate our pattern and see if we can figure out what figure 100 will have or look like. So what you're doing for each one of these is finding out the number of tiles the figure has. So for figure number 2, we're literally counting how many tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going down to our table, and for figure 2, we're putting in 8. Then we're going up, and we're looking at figure 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So figure 3 has 15. So it is really nice to do these problems in Notability because I can mark up the shapes as I count the tiles in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Down to my table, put 24 there. So how is my pattern changing? So we want to know from tile or figure 2 to figure 3, how much did it change by? What was added? 8 plus what is 15? Well, I'm hoping you're saying 7. Then 15 to 24, is that also 7? It looks like it's 9. So this is a different pattern. It's not adding the same constant rate. It doesn't have that constant rate of change like in some of our tables we were just looking at in the last chapter. But this is going to change by consecutive odd. So 7, 9, 11. So 24 plus 11 is going to give me 35. Then the next increment would be adding 13. 7, 9, 11, 13. 35 plus 13 is 48. Now I'm going to go backwards because it did say to figure out what tile or pattern 1 would have. So if from 2 to 3 I added 7, but now I'm going the opposite way, I would have added 5. So 8 minus 5 gives me 3. So A, it says draw the first, fifth, and sixth. I'm not going to make you draw them. We are just filling out the table. B says how does the pattern change? So it changes by adding the next consecutive odd number. It changes by adding the next consecutive odd number. So this one would be not plus 5, but plus 3, which would make figure 0 have 0 tiles. C says, what would the 100th figure look like? How many tiles would it have? And how can you justify your prediction? We are going to skip this because these values are not the same rate of change. Okay, this equation that we would write for this table would be a really weird equation, and it wouldn't be a constant rate of change. So I'm going to tell you to skip C.